Hello viewers, and welcome to a commentary playthrough of Xiphias. A bRanN presents Xiphias, a CTM adventure map. This is on version 1.14.3, so that is the version we are playing on. Let's make sure all my settings are how I want them. Okay, so I am currently working on my next bigger map. Just went through playtesting. I really want to talk about that, but what I wanted to do was to bring you through that process of finalizing a map, but I currently don't have a way to record my entire desktop. Now, I know there's methods. There's absolute easy methods. I just don't have them right now, and the time I can actually record is limited, and right now is a time when I can record. There's like no one in the house, no one that is going to bother me, no one that's going to make any noise. And so now is the time to record. So the other thing I do want to do is update this. Once I'm done with Beastmaster, once that's out, we want to update this to 1.16. And so I want to walk you through that process as well. But first, we could do a playthrough and see what commentary we have. I can move my mouse wildly around while I get a notepad that I can actually write on. Get it to a blank page. Find my pen, wildly flip around the mouse to take notes, because taking notes is very important. All right, so this sign, let's talk about this sign. This sign, sorry, other way, turn around. It's on a barrier block, I believe. And that's because if you die, and this is set as your spawn, this is where this is the direction you face. Now, just recently, 1.16.2, which as of recording is not out, it's in pre-release, we can set the direction you're facing with the spawn point, which is wonderful. Although I don't know why I didn't think I could just make you spawn here and then have this path lead this way and have the 1, 2, 3 teleports that we have here. So right off the bat, let's talk about a couple issues. bRanN presents Xiphias, a CTM adventure map. It's not an adventure map. You spawn in and you can't really break anything except for the grass, which drops wheat, which we'll talk about. And you can't do anything. You're not in adventure mode, but you have mining fatigue. That's because I didn't want you to start the map and break the glowstone and get materials. This is completely about starting from scratch, building yourself up. Recipes are locked. There's a specific set of advancements, which I think the button is L. Let's fix that. Set that to R. Done. Done. There's different tabs. Each one has explanations, which we'll go over. There's stuff that comes in chat. But it's not an adventure map. Only recently, with the help of someone else, did I think we could call it custom survival. It's still a CTM. It doesn't need to be, but it's built around that concept of completing the monument, of achieving a set of goals that get you wool blocks, which then must be placed at a specific location. So as you'll see shortly, I built this around the theme of travel. So it says travel to Hacienda. That is Spanish, I believe, for manor or home. I actually, for the longest time, have been calling it Hacienda. It wasn't until I saw in Beef's video, and this map is far older than their most recent season where he built the Hacienda. I was calling it Hacienda. These are all words that might be real words. Treskia, or they might be mimicking real words. I kind of played around in a translator for a while, bariv, and then I rewrote them so that they were hopefully more easy to pronounce. And so we just start out with 3 teleporters and a set of rules. This set of rules shows once. If I leave the map, which clears the chat, and come back, it's gone. And it doesn't come back. This either needs to appear every time you log in, which is something I figured out how to do on my more recent map, or you need a book, or both. But let's check it out. Welcome to Xiphias. I really wanted people to pronounce this. And Xiphias is the scientific word for swordfish. And that's because this map was actually bore out from an original concept from one of my previous YouTuber buddies, Swordfish Plays. His channel's not active anymore, but this was named after him, which is something no one will know, except you now that I told you. Welcome to Xiphias. Thanks for playing. To get started, check your advancements. Default key L, recommended key R. I did not go to this length on my next map where there's mouse overs. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, but I'm not going to. And recipe book, opened with the book button in every crafting window. These are very important in any custom survival map that I make in the future. I'm not sure how many I will make, but these will always be very important because what I'm trying to do is completely customize the experience. And to do that, you have to give information. And to give information, people need to know where to look for the information. And because it's with Minecraft, our choices are limited. All right, so we join the map. T for chat. Advancements unlock recipes and earn rewards. Perfect. Dye and shear sheep for monument wool. Okay, normally you can't do that. So in this case, that's an exception. It's a play on a gimmick. That's interesting. Play on easy or higher difficulty, standard rule. Do not change dimensions. Do not harm sheep. Play alone or with a friend. I should have made this a single player experience, only because it was such a bear to make all the code work for more than one person. But I did eventually figure out a way. This is built using mostly data packs and a couple resource changes. So there's custom graphics that just load automatically with the map, and there's a data pack that loads automatically with the map that lets all the magic happen. There's a mechanic where you can shift to teleport. It doesn't work here. Doesn't do anything here. It is interrupted if you're swimming, or if you move, or if you run. There's so many different actions the player that can take that Minecraft sees as a different action, and even then the way to track them is not as clean and clear as you'd think. Let's start out with Hacienda. Why would we start out with Hacienda? Let's make this make sense for everyone. If we go into our advancements, this is our introduction. There's no book. We had the chat. This is our introduction. If you don't stop to read this, you have no idea what's going on. Welcome to Xiphias. Your goal is to complete the monument. These tips will help you get started. Advancements guide you through the map. They also grant rewards that make progression possible. You can earn items, permanent potion effects, recipes, and experience. Check each advancement to see what it unlocks. There's color coding here. If you don't notice color coding, it doesn't matter. It's not going to hurt you. But it's here, and I kept it consistent to help out where it can, who it can. Check your recipe book. Your recipe book will show you that you can currently craft and how. I read it wrong. What you can currently craft and how. Some materials you'll need to gather. Some are only available from loot chests. Okay? The listed recipes change based on what you're using. Make sure to check your available recipes in the crafting table, the furnace, and the stone cutter. My next map is simplified when it comes to recipes because everything you craft is inside your 2x2 grid. I almost wish I had gone that route with this, but I just didn't. I didn't consider it. So we have a few tabs. Find the monument, world-class food, world-class book, world-class tool, protect thyself. This is the main quest line. So find the monument is step 1. Travel to Xiphias and locate the monument. This will give us a loot chest level 0. It'll unlock shears and bucket. We notice those are yellow. You don't need to know what yellow means, but eventually, as you unlock things, you'll kind of get it. Okay, we could spend the whole episode just reading through these, so we're not going to. We're going to actually do what the first advancement says, go to Xiphias and locate the monument, because that's probably what you'd likely do. Now you click it, you're teleported, you get a nice little, I don't know what you call that, and it says something about exclusive materials. You're given a book, and you start to look around. We see sheep, mushrooms, a moon. You can notice it's not moving. There's lit up area there as a point of interest. A lot of people didn't notice that. There's signs, Xiphias Monument. It's pointing that way. You could kind of see that, oh, is it pointing there? I should go there. But come on, right? There's Xiphias sunken ship. It's pointing that way, so we'd go that way. Those are our choices. This area is blocked in, I think, with the barrier, or maybe with barrier blocks. I don't know if I don't recall. Did I use the world border or did I use barrier blocks? I'm hoping I used barrier blocks because that is way better. Yes, I did. Good. Originally, I was trying to use the world border and it just does not, it doesn't behave. Something was in our chat. Crouch for 5 seconds without moving to return to the map hub and receive Xiphias travel brochure. So recall that I was trying to theme this. Oh, like you're traveling, you're exploring, you're visiting exotic places. Xiphias travel brochure. Cool dusk air. That's the time of day that this area is stuck at. Smooth stone hills and soft sheep wool. Those are the materials exclusive to this area, which you also see when you teleport. Xiphias is the only place to go when you want to really relax. And then a simple, to the point. These are the key areas. This is the area. These are the key resources. This is the time it's stuck at. This is the tick speed. This might be confusing that I include that, because I don't think there's really anything that you grow or farm. No, there is. There is. Okay, so that's... Got to remember my own map, sorry. Now we know from here we can get stone and wool. Well, stone and wool is good, because we want stone. And we can see stone from here. So there shouldn't be any mystery. But we don't have wood. And without wood, we definitely cannot make a pick. So we can't get stone. And we don't see any trees. Although, there are sunken ships. And sunken ships are made of wood. You could go out to the sunken ships and get wood. And that's fine. It's not necessary in this case, but it's fine. I'm gonna make our way over here. I'm gonna go towards this point of interest. There's a spawner. When you see a spawner, you should be cautious, but you can see that it's a sheep. So we don't need to be so cautious. And then it spawned a sheep. All right. Now, a rule. Do not harm sheep. That people forget because they don't see the rules. You don't want to hurt the sheep. Now they're on fire, which is horrible. But, oh, and then we're reminded, remember the rules, do not harm sheep. But they are given some effects that make it so they're not actually being hurt. Just you are being hurt. Anyway, I'm distracting me and you. Let's go to this point of interest. Now, it's definitely recommended that you take time to build paths to areas that you're going to be in commonly. And for the few people that have recorded their experience, this is where I can kind of tell. I've thrown them off by calling this an adventure map. Can I break these blocks? I'm not sure. Yes, it's a CTM, but you probably don't know what a CTM is if that's the case that you're kind of confused on that point. CTMs are in survival, but I suppose they don't have to be. So, listen, it's my fault. It's my fault. But we're going to fix that. That's one of the things we're going to fix. Okay. We got an achievement. We found the monument. And we've gotten our rewards. And if we even didn't know what shears, bucket meant, here we're told shears recipe unlocked, bucket recipe unlocked. So now we know we have those two recipes. So now we can go in our recipe book. And we can see shears takes iron. We don't have iron. And bucket. We can't see bucket because we don't have a crafting table. We need the crafting table to make the bucket, as you're familiar with. This is the monument. This is where we would place the wool. You can place other things. It won't work. The code is looking for wool blocks. You don't have to place them in the right spot, but you do have to place them. This I was hoping would be obvious. This is very easily missed, though. If we go into our advancements, there's world-class book. Complete all the books of advancements. Okay, so that's going to give us a master award. And then here are the books of. And I get it that this is not immediately apparent what's going on. You need to get these two to get this, and you need to get these three to get that. Once you know that, it makes sense. I don't have the control I want of the advancement screen. If I put this first, which seems like it should make sense, then it makes the player think that they have to achieve that first. So it's really, I'm danged if I do and darned if I don't. But each one of these, find both Hacienda book caches. Okay. Find both Treskia book caches. Find both Bereave book caches. And then these kind of have clues as to where they might be. This is Monument book cache, Shipwreck book cache, Mineshaft, Lava Lake. So there's a bit. There's a bit. And there's actually two shipwrecks. And so I've added, since this hint, there are two shipwrecks. And I clearly didn't put a key in there to put that 20 XP down on the next line. Like this one. So I guess I'll screenshot that. We can fix that later. So while we're here, let's just break these out. It's concrete powder. Yeah. It's always concrete powder. For all of these caches, I kept that consistent. Maybe if I use the same concrete powder in every place, that would be more obvious. And by just being in this area, we unlock that. And it gets colored in. We earned 20 experience. But we also get a book cache. We do not need a pick to break shulker boxes. And just pick that up. And we have those books for when we're going to do something. I think I could break these by hand. Yeah, that's going to give me the books, which we can use to make up some bookshelves later on. And I just had a brainwave while we're here. Can't we just use this? Well, I guess that lets us play a little bit out of order, but that's okay. Because like I said, this is custom survival. If the game allows it, it's permissible. Technically, the game allows opening to land and turning sheets on. And then you can use commands, but that's not really what I mean. Okay, let's place this. Let's get some wood. Let's get some sticks. Let's get a pick. And while we're here, just to make my life a little easier, get a wooden axe. While we're up here, let's check our surroundings. We see a point of interest there. We see mushrooms there. And we see the ocean and mushrooms there. Pumpkins. Anything else? More pumpkins. Now, if at this point you want to go exploring, that's fine. Oh gosh. Whoops. But if you go exploring, make sure that's the type of game you want to play. A game where you are spending a lot of time exploring. If you don't want to play that type of game, if that's not your playstyle, then don't go exploring. Follow the in-game hints and clues. Okay, let's check those, actually. Okay, so we have world-class book, which we've seen. We're not going to go the shipwreck right now. World-class tool. Craft all wooden tools. Craft all stone. Craft all iron. Okay, so maybe we should craft all wooden tools and collect all required materials. Chop 4 jungle logs, dig 8 dirt, mine 8 stone. We can do that while we're here. Very easily. There are ways that I could make it so you have to do exactly what it is that I'm asking you to do. Stone shovel recipe unlocked. But part of my behind-the-scene thoughts on this map was I wanted to make it so you could speedrun it. And speedrunning is kind of more fun if you can take advantage of some glitches and shortcuts, unexpected, what would you call it? Paths. Okay, we got that. Let's see, I want enough for my stone tools. And I want enough for a furnace. We are going to need to cook some things. And let's just see how much we got. I have speedrun this game, this map, and I think I beat it. I think I got it down to 35 minutes, which is thought pretty good. But I had no competition, so oh yes, Can't make that yet until I make the other. Fine. Very good, very good. Alright, world-class food. We're in Truskia, so we could get kelp, mushroom stew, and pumpkin pie. Let's grab a few materials while we're here before we leave. First, the mushroom. Can come through this cave. This is normally where I gather stone when I'm trying to speed run. I've only ran through the map maybe 5 times. I didn't have commentary, any of them, because it's difficult to try to plan it out and think it out and all that sort of thing. All right, we got these. Let's grab some pumpkins and the other mushrooms. Pumpkins. Just get a few. It's always strange to have this view because it feels like the sun's coming up, but it's not. It's completely not. I'm gonna grab some sugar cane just so we have it. I don't remember if I use it. I might. Can we turn that into sugar right away? We can. Okay, we definitely need that. Let's just get these, and then I think let's go visit Hacienda. I'd like to show you Hacienda. Climb. And here. Now, if you want to farm these, if you want this to be your main food, I put enough here to chop down. And I'm pretty sure here you could get bone meal and make more if you really wanted to. Now, the thing that you have to remember that is very difficult to remember at first is you don't have to go back anywhere to return. Are you sure it's not? When we're down there, it looks lower, and now that we're up here, it looks higher. And so it's almost as if it's becoming day. I know it's not, but it's really throwing me off. Okay. You just crouch. You just crouch. Without moving. If you move, it'll cancel. And then you teleported. And there's supposed to be puffs of smoke. And for some reason I didn't see those. Maybe because I was in F5. Maybe because particles minimal. Yeah, let's get that to all. The main reason I don't like that I decided to make this mining fatigue, so there's a note, is because I'd really like this to be able to be your base of operations. And it can be if you place everything very carefully. Once an item's placed, it's there forever. Well, I want this to be my base of operations. So we're gonna place things very carefully. How about right here? This is a loot chest. I went overboard with the loot. So one of the things I'm gonna need to do is get rid of some of the loot. Probably, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what part of the loot I need to get rid of. Maybe these blocks. I thought it'd be cool if you had building blocks. You don't really use the building blocks, so those are kind of useless. These are always helpful. The gold is used for recipes. That's food. This is an easy way to get trees, which you could use here if I didn't give you mining fatigue. The lingering potion of weakness. That is... it's not useful, I don't think. But it's there. If you're a potion master, then go ahead. One of the problems with so much loot is if you do not manage your inventory, it's about to toss stuff, but I just realized I don't remember what it is that I need to keep. And you, as someone new to this experience, is not going to know what you're supposed to keep and what you don't need to keep and what you can and what you can't. And I just said the same thing 50 different ways. But you know what I mean. Okay, so let's start off by getting some of those cooked, because... Oh yeah, I forgot about that. She needs some of these cooked. I made all the cooking stuff fast, because the goal isn't to make you have to grind. That was a pleasant surprise. Let's eat this, and that gives us roasted tato. With my knowledge now, we could actually name these roasted tatoes. That's something to consider. But I don't want to confuse the player. If we move too far from default Minecraft, you have nothing to grab onto. Like, what is even going on? So we got a baked potato. We want beetroot soup. We want beetroot. We want the mushroom stew. Do I have what I need to make the mushroom stew? Maybe. Where's foods? Show me what I can craft. It may not be unlocked. Okay, we'll come back to it. Let's see. Let's plan our next move. So that's something unique about this map. You have to plan your moves. Let's see. Place the white wool. So these are place the wool. These are how you get the wool. Shear a sheep for white wool. Okay, we'd like to shear a sheep. We can't, because we need shears. We need iron. We don't have iron. Let's visit Hacienda. Let's see if we can figure out where the materials we need are. Exclusive materials: wood, leather, and gold. Well, isn't that fantastic? I assume we're going to need leather. I assume we're going to need another crafting bench. I'm assuming a lot of things. Okay, so where do we start? Let's start by looking at the travel brochure. Wood-filled forest and gold-glittered caves. Hacienda is full, Hacienda of life, thanks to the never-ending glow of daylight. Okay, so it's daytime, all the time. Build a cabin, explore a cave, feed the cows. You can experience any adventure you can imagine. Key locations are the mine shaft and lava lake. Wood, leather, gold. Day, 400% tick speed. So if you do want to do any farming, this would be the place. Now, do I have the hoe? I don't think I do. Oh, no, it's right there. Oh, it's just been so long, I don't know what I'm doing. That's good. So I happen to know, because I am a dirty cheater using metagaming, that we have some beetroots down here. This isn't hyper super fancy to know that they're here. They are kind of all around, strewn about semi-randomly. That we'll talk about in the background here shortly. Beetroots you can't plant, but they give you seeds. We need to make a beetroot stew, which will take 6, and we need to eat 1, which is 1. Take care of that. There's one of our foods of Hacienda. Hacienda. This is clearly the lava lake. I hope it's clear. There's no lava anywhere else. It points right to it. And the mine shaft says is that way. Even though it's day, I did try to place points of interest right as we look that direction. You might have to go a little bit closer. You see a pile of glowstone. Maybe it'd be helpful if we put some glowstone closer too. But that should tell you where to go, where to look. Surrounded by jungle trees. Let's get the last bits of whatever we need with this. I think just 2. 1. Is that it? No. Probably need to have 4 at a time in our inventory. There we go. And we got the full wooden tool set. That gives us another loot chest. I'm just gonna let that sit there for now until I feel like we have a more streamlined path forward. Beetroot soup. Actually, this could have what I want. This could have bone meal, which will let us get our food thing a little bit quicker. How many do I have? We're down to 2. There's 3, 4, 5, accidental click, 6. That's all I really need. Plant those just because it's the Minecraft way. Over here, we get our beetroot soup. Get our mushroom stew. I guess I could create that. You guys will have been yelling at the screen, but that's okay. So that's also the Minecraft way. Alright, now we're starting to unlock some things. Let's check up on it. This gave us a loot chest. That will unlock golden carrots. But we're probably a far away from completing all of those. World-class books. Hacienda, Lava Lake, Mineshaft. Okay, we can get both of those fairly quickly. And we are after shears. That's all we want. We just want shears. We're just trying to start our monument adventure. We need shears. I need iron. I can't get iron. I don't have the right tools. Although, we've completed all these, so we've unlocked the stone axe, the stone shovel, the stone pick. And now we should, in theory, be able to get all the stone tools. And then we can gather oak logs, sand, and iron. Okay, so let's make sure we have what we need. For clarity's sake, it's gonna be kind of a junk chest. Don't need these on me. Don't think I need these. Some of these I'm gonna just come back for. We'll keep the food on us. I don't need the wood tools. We're gonna replace it all with stone. I only need that guy. Although, it would not harm us to be defensive. As soon as we eat, need that. This, and an egg. And I just heard an aesthetically pleasing quack. Oh no. If I kill you, you don't give me an egg. I need you to give me an egg. Do you have an egg? Did you already place an egg? No? Okay, that's fine. We'll look for an egg later. Oak logs. Well, just so happens, there's an oak log right here. Oak tree, which contains oak logs. Okay. And then we want sand. Well, you can see sand. Pretty good, pretty fine. Eerie noise, nice. With 1.16. I think I can turn off those eerie noises. There is a new ability to modify vanilla biome settings, which I'm kind of excited about. And that leaves iron, which actually we cannot get from here. Hello? Yeah, there's somebody underground. There's potato. Don't think I need this sand for anything. And up here, there is a cow spawner. Now, if looking at this island, oh, poor guy, you're thinking, oh, lava lake. I should be able to find the book cache here somewhere. Where could it be? Oh, it's probably on this middle section. I mean, that would seem to make sense. And then you might start looking around the edge, thinking, I can dig and swim and place blocks in this lava because it's probably in there, but it's not. It's right here. Maybe that's not as obvious. Maybe one of these needs to be down here, but I don't want to make it too easy. I don't want to make it too hard. So that's the balance you always have to worry about. Now, where did you go? I just would like the leather, please. I think I need more than that. I originally gave the wheat so you could breed the cows, with the idea that for leather, you'll probably find a couple cows out in the wilderness, like right there, and you'll herd them and bring them together and breed them. So I needed something that you could use to breed them with. But because I want these foods to be kind of a special part of this map, you can't craft the wheat. This has caused a lot of confusion. And so we're probably better off just making it so you cannot, so that you don't get wheat from breaking these things. Might be a better choice for the player, a better map design feature to make it so grass does not drop anything. It's not anything. What am I doing? Pants, hat, boots, shirt. Protect thyself. We have a few miscellaneous. Craft torches, get milk, craft tipped arrows, make an anvil, die with the totem of undying. Okay, we can do all of these fairly easy. But first we need iron. Now that I have armor, let's go back. There's my particles. Fix my kit. And let's head to the one place we have not yet been. Bariv. Iron and gravel. We look around, look for points of interest. And the points of interest are zombies coming to eat us. The best place to probably die. Instantly, we should be thinking about torches to place and safe in the area. Looking around, we see tiny little bits of iron, a creeper, and some pretty tall structures. We have our book, and if we think it is safe, let's take a look. Why relax when you can party? At bRanN, it's always night, and no one ever sleeps, except the lifeless plants. Real iron keeps everything solid, while the gravel-covered ground lets you hear where you're moving. High cliffs, blast mines. Tick speed of 0. So, do not try to grow anything here, because it ain't gonna work. Let's come this way for a fun little surprise. We're gonna break that, and we get iron. Again, the point of this experience is not to have to grind. It's to puzzle, to explore, to plan, but not like open exploration. Oh my gosh, those two skeletons were stacked together and it looked like one of them was really beefy. I like to go over this way for my iron. I'll show you where. Normally I would have torches though, and I don't. I'm actually doing a bad thing. Let's do the batter up method of creeper, please don't kill me. I think I have mob griefing off. Oh gosh. Yes, I do. And that's because there's an area here that's kind of filled with a lot of creepers. And I didn't want to make it so you're slowly mining out the area. Right, but this little area should be fairly safe and have a lot of iron bits that we can reach. It'd be better if... Come here. If we were a little more equipped. Torches. Ladders for quick escape. As long as there's nothing in here, we should be good. Should be safe. And ideally, I would have enough iron for iron armor and iron tools. Okay, we did everything we need to do with a stone tool. The stone pick. Is there anything else? And this is probably really dark. So I am a bad person for not bringing torches for more than one reason. Wrong screen. Okay, I did all the things. So now we can actually craft iron. So we'll need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the pick. And then 24. Oh, you know what? No, because you cannot craft iron armor. Because I'm a jerk. I wanted what was my reasoning? I wanted it to feel more of a puzzle, maybe? Okay, I'm heading back to head back. And remember, we don't have to go back to go back. Just crouch. All right, let's chow this down. That gets us a food. Now we should have ate the rotten flesh first. I feel like returning here, but no, actually we should be returning here. Let's complete one of the walls and then figure out the best way to get torches. Come on, load in. Well, I know we have to go this direction. after... Whoa. After torches, we will plan out our next best move. Alright, we got a reward for getting the white wool. There's gray sheep and pink sheep that can naturally spawn. There's a reason. The reason I don't have those as possible monument wools. I'm going to build a path. I think that's the right thing to do. Forget the path for now. I don't really have the supplies I need to do it easily. Alright, so we can dance around here. Nothing's happening. Gotta place the white wool. Doesn't matter where we place it, as long as it's close. But because that feels lame, let's place it where it goes. Ta-da! When we complete a wool, we get... Man, is this chat a mess? We get this point right here. bRanN has made the advancement, shear the white wool. Currently we've played for 48 minutes. Oh my gosh. We've died once already. We've killed 15 things. We've had 587 jumps. We've used the crafting table 13 times. I just picked 2 stats that I thought were funny. Like, why would you track those? Who knows? Got a loot chest level 2. And we have a permanent speed effect enabled. So we can see, hide our book. Now it's slowness 5 and speed, and that's to make it speed plus 10%. It maths out correct. Honest. I don't know that there's a better way to do it. I could have just given speed 20, but I want to give that later, I think. Let's check. The yellow wool will give us speed 2. It's not really speed 2 because it's 15%. Speed 2 would be 40%. My speed 2 is 15%. Haste 1 lets us break blocks a little faster and attack a little faster. Conduit power. That's, I believe, water breathing and fast swim. Lime wool would be luck, which increases the loot in the chest, and that it does work. Dolphin's grace. That's fast swim, so conduit power is maybe breaking blocks underwater. Haste 2, so an improvement on attack speed and block breaking. Resistance 1, 20% damage reduction. Fire resistance. Speed 3, 20%, which is actually at that point speed 1. Resistance 2, that's pretty big. And then at this point, you're probably done. So you can see the puzzle aspect of this. The areas you want to go to kind of do these tasks could be made more easy by doing them in the order they're in. That's not to say you can't do them in a different order if somehow that gave you an advantage. If you're speedrunning, you might want to consider all sorts of possible orders of operation. I really don't like that in this area we have mining fatigue. I placed a chest wrong, so this is just going to be for my potions. Enchanting stuff, supplies, stuff we can use, the flowers and trees that I collect, the food, and everything else. With that organization in place, and if you don't have it in place, this becomes a little unbearable. I want to open these. Do I want to open these? Let's save the level 2 and 2 of the level 1s. Once we have luck, those are going to be better. And let's just open these 2. Okay, leather. That's good. Except they don't need it. These blocks we don't need. This cookie we need. This nautilus shell, I think we can craft into something. And the wood. I do want the wood. I'll leave that there because I don't think I'm going to use it. I'm not going to use that. We'll take the food. We'll take the gold. Take the bones. We'll take the plants just because I got a place to put them. It's actually not a bad idea to open up the chest back there and only grab what I think I want. Those in there. Supplies in here. Rotten flesh and cookie. I'm pretty sure I can craft those into something, although I don't remember what. And I haven't taken the time to do the research. If you do, know that you have recipes here, but to see all of them, you want to open the crafting and the furnace. It's here that you can see, okay, we can smelt gold ore, charcoal we can get. Yes, very good point, which we do want to do. We want to cook the wood to get some coal, some charcoal. And then, is that really all my wood? Whoops. There's another sign. We can use that also for fuel. We won't need to, because that's all we got. Torches. That gives us a loot chest 0. Loot chest 0, level 0 probably can't be improved that much, I'm guessing. Even though I made the dang thing and I should know. Cookies aren't really worth the trouble. So that's good. That's good to go. Put this away. Let's eat this. Let's eat this. What else do I gotta eat? Need an egg. Need some kelp. Need a spider. Okay, we'll get those fairly quickly. Did I never finished digging out the lava lake book cache. Okay, that's kind of funny and sad. Let's make our iron tools. I'm gonna need more sticks, which means I'm gonna need more wood, which means I'd rather get it for free, but I'm not gonna get it for free. Bane of arthropods again? Really? Oh man. I want to collect the leather, but I don't really need it. Okay, I can make 3 tools. That's good. There is the iron axe. There is the iron pick. And the shovel. Can I make the sword? Oh, I can make the sword. That's wonderful. We can also make a bucket. Very useful tool. So useful. I remember about the improved armor. We can make chainmail, but that requires chain material, which I apparently do not know how to craft yet. But preventable causes of death unlocks chain material. So that would be a good thing to get. Next thing on our to-do list, the Hacienda mineshaft. Let's try that out. Hacienda, this way. Since we are passing the book cache, Lava Lake book cache, let's go ahead and stop by. See what we can get. Although I don't want to die. Drop it. Projectile protection and blast protection. Sure. Why not? And then wonderful. Permanent strength 1 unlocked. very worth getting. And in case the worst happens to us, let's just put some things away. We're gonna take the long way around the lake and then hope that we're still going in roughly the same direction the sign pointed us. Now there's lots of distractions in this direction, which should hopefully keep you occupied and moving in roughly the right direction. See lots of carts. You should probably be afraid of clicking them. There's nothing in there. It's wonderful. And this looks promising. That looks like a cave. That looks like a mine shaft. Get a flower from there. It's been a while, but I think if you dig straight down, right about here somewhere, you go straight to the end of the cave, which we're not going to do. We're going to do the fun path. Chop 8 birch logs. Since we're here, let's get this off our list. Then let's peek at what else we need. We want to mine some gold and clay. Clay is probably in the water back that way. But we can get these all achieved pretty much right away. Now we are back to normal Minecraft, which tells us, oh my gosh, tells us be careful. It tells us place torches. It tells us rush in while there's nothing. Don't stand still in one spot for too long, because it lets things get worse. Ouch. And get somewhere to safety. Or that happens. Walk with me, talk with me. While we head back, I originally made all of these areas in Minecraft 1.12. The reason being, that's the version that can be opened up in MCEdit. With MCEdit, I can select entire chunks and say, scan. Tell me what kind of blocks are in the selected area. Replace this block with that block. I can also use World Edit, and I think you can use that on some newer versions as well. But that is what I'm familiar with. So that's what I was used to, where you can kind of do this sort of randomized pattern, which looks pretty good. This is a slime spawner that doesn't spawn. None of my slime spawners spawn. I think there's just some rules that they require that I just don't have. Many of these areas were originally started with some of the Minecraft customize options, where you can say, be all this biome. that sort of thing. I don't think I need to gather a whole bunch of gold, but I'm going to get a little bit extra just because I'm here. And so I wouldn't want to rebuild them because I'd have to move them around in different versions, or I'd have to think of a different way to modify them grand scale, which I don't want to do. I like how they are. That's probably not something that would be updated. That was an endermite spawner. If we take the time to take the time, we can keep this place fairly safe. We can progress without too much trouble. Ah, there was a spider down there that I really would have liked to fight to get their eye. But we got the eye just now. You guys can live. Even though I don't want to hear your constant screams, because it makes me feel like I'm under attack. I saw the spawner. I saw it. Silverfish. It's a good thing that creepers are a little, how you say, not as smart as they could be. Works to our benefit. This being the first dungeon, I wanted it to have a very vanilla feel. Oh man. Which I think it does. I like it. It's pretty simple. I'm gonna eat this even though it's... We completed the Foos of Bereave, so we got a loot chest. Let's put that in there for safety. Got a bunch of string. The milk would still be good if we get poisoned, I suppose. Always fix your kit. Should not need these. Everything's pretty close with a scroll. Let's go. Oh man, yeah, those are bothering me. This was built out of a real abandoned mineshaft. And then I just went in and filled in areas. This is the first part that's kind of difficult. You're not exactly in a good position to climb down and retreat. You're exposed in more than one direction. If we rush in, should be not a terrible situation. I don't see a lot of monsters, so I feel like something's leeching away all my spawns. But I have seen it be way more dangerous before, so I'm not going to complain. Although, oh geez, I might want to fly through here in creative mode, or spectator mode. See where the things are going. I really would like a way to make it so these just work. Slime spawners. But I think they need a really, really, really open area before they'll consider spawning. But slimes are just such a basic trope for the first dungeon. I really, really would like them just hopping around. And they're so easy to defeat. It's just a nice thematic enemy. Permanent increased experience drops. So now, when we kill things, the XP orbs are actually being impacted by a command running through the data pack. These things should be spawning too. So maybe as part of the update, we will go through and prime the spawners. That means... Hello. Ouch. Ouch. That means that we'll kind of float around this area in peaceful. And so it'll spin up to the point where it's ready to pop, ready to spawn something. And then, when the person plays the map, it will not be in peaceful, because we'll fix that. So they'll kind of all go off the moment... That's useless. The moment you reach them. Now, the biggest disappointment to me about these spawners not going off, slime spawners, is it looks like, to you, who doesn't know until I tell you, like, oh, the person that made this doesn't know what they're doing. Well, that's a little true. I know that they're not working. I left them there because thematically, it's still kind of cool to see the slime spinning. And it's still kind of, it gives you something to rush to, because you don't know it's not going to spawn. But I wish it worked. I wish it worked the way that it worked. Wish it worked correctly. It'd be more interesting if it worked correctly. That is all my torches. I know that it is not worth continuing down this path without torches. So we will go get more torches.